right. Early
Yes, so
times.
like we were saying earlier, there were times, in the early stages that sort of begin when Gladys, my stepmother, came from Guyana to her aunt, Lillian Cunningham. And I believe the house was it was a brownstone house, I believe it was on 127th Street off of either 7th or Lennox Avenue, somewhere in that area. And anyhow, Lillian Cunningham rented the top floor of her house to two lovely ladies from the South who came with a very sophisticated type of Southern quality and dignity.
Yeah, okay, okay.
And they had a brother, Thomas, Frank was his name, that came over to visit them quite often. And anyhow, Frank met Gladys and wooed her while he was there visiting with his two sisters who lived on the top floor of this brownstone. And they fell in love and cared for each other, and they got married. And
This is Gladys, your stepmother?
well, she became my stepmother
Okay.
ultimately. Yeah. I don't know exactly where they lived, if they continued, if Frank and Gladys stayed at Lillian Cunningham. I believe she probably did. Anyhow, Gladys and Frank were holding together. Lillian Cunningham. Lillian Cunningham, she was a registered nurse, first black registered nurse, and Frank Thomas was the first black registered electrician, licensed. They were both licensed, and they did okay. And then Lillian Cunningham, where she liked to go to theaters and she liked to go to movies, and she'd call and get a taxi, and invariably the guy who ran the taxi company would send Bryce over there, and he met Gladys, and he kind of went for Gladys, and he told her that he lost his wife, and she died in childbirth with a second child, and he needed someone to raise this first 30-month-old or 24-month-old child he had.
Which
And
is
so,
you were two. That was you.
and
Two.
that happens to be yours truly. So she had found out by that time. Now she was married to Frank by this time about 5-6 years, and she found out that the doctors told her that she would not be able to conceive. And so that was kind of disappointing to both her and Frank. And she said to Frank, Frank, this guy, Bryce, he seems to care for me a lot, and he's got this kid that he doesn't have a mother for, and he'd like me to marry him and take care of his child. What do you think about that? And Frank said, well, Gladys, if that's what you want to do, I won't stop you from doing that. And he didn't, and she got not a divorce. Somehow or another, she wrangled from the church an annulment.